In this video today I'm going to be showing you how to manually remove stuck discs from all these different devices here. No matter which one you're doing it on, or even if the device is not listed here, always unplug it from the power supply first so there's no power going into it. Now let's get started. On this little portable drive here, it's really straightforward. If you look, there's a tiny little hole just here. So we're going to get this paper clip, and all we're going to do is put it into that little hole and gently push it in, and you can see now it's released. Xbox One X, if you have a look to the side of where you insert your discs, you will see that there's a tiny little hole here. That's the hole that we want to insert the paper clip into. So now we're going to apply a bit of pressure and you should see that the disc will come out. There we go. Now it doesn't really push it out that much, so you still have to kind of try to grab it your best with your fingers. If you have a look at this Toshiba laptop, if you go to the disc tray, you can see right next to the eject button that there is a tiny little hole. So we're going to get the paper clip, just put it in, press, and then out it comes. If you have a look by the disc tray, there's a tiny little hole just here, and that's where we want to insert the paper clip. There you go. Slide it out, take your disc out. We need to turn it upside down, and if you have a look, the circle on the top of the P, that's the one we need to remove. So it's like a rubber foot, this one here on top of the P. Just basically slide it out like that, and now I'm all the way in. So I can't go anymore, and I need to turn it counterclockwise, and that will eject the disc from here. So I'm going counterclockwise, this way around here. And you have to do it quite a few turns, and you will see now the disc is coming out. And then when we can grab hold of it, just nice and gently, pull your disc out, take your screwdriver back out, and then we just need to put this little rubber circle back in again. So you need to remove this front plate. I'm just going to use a knife because I find it slightly easier than using my fingers. There we go. But if you look closer, you see there's another two holes here. So what you have to do is, I have to use the one on the right hand side, and I have to put it in, and I physically have to move the gears around a little bit. Now hopefully you will feel it give, but it might only give by like a couple of millimeters, but that will be enough just to release this bit here so you can pull the tray out with your fingers. So I'm putting it into this one here, and now there you go. I don't know if you heard it, but there was a little movement, and it only moved in around about 1 or 2 millimeters, but that is enough now for me to grab hold of the tray and just slide it out, and you can see there's no force needed there. And then to put this back on, you just line it up and you just push it back into place. If you have a look by the disc tray on the left hand side, there is actually a little yellow or orange sticker, and that indicates where you need to put the paper clip in. So can you just see it there? And there's a hole in it there. So I'm just going to insert the paper clip in there like so, and now I'm in that hole. There we go. And we can grab it, and we can take our disc out, take the paper clip out, and close the tray. So to do the fan test, you need to hold your finger on the eject button here. The console needs to be completely off. We're going to go to the switch at the back here, and we're going to turn this on when our finger is held here, and that will put the fan test on. So keep it held down here, and you will now hear that the fan is now whirring up. This is also good to clean out the dust from the inside as well. And there you go, you can see that the disc has come out. If it doesn't come out automatically, keep pressing this a few times, and hopefully then it will come out before the fan test runs out. There you go, you can hear it going now. Yeah, so the fan test will normally go for around, I think it's about 20 to 30 seconds. So there you go, nice little workaround that sometimes works to get the disc out. We want to go to the holes at the side of the disc drive here, and if you shine a torch in here, you will actually see that there is an orange little sticker. Now can you see just in this corner here, you can just make out little flashes of orange. Well, in the middle of that there's a hole. In fact, you can see the hole just through that one there. Yeah. So what we want to do is, we want to put the paper clip in there. So if you have a look, can you see some of these holes are filled in and some are empty? Well, on the empty ones, if you go to the second diagonal one, you see this one here, and if you wiggle it around in here, that will lead you to the empty hole. There we go. So I'm in it now, like that, yeah? So we want to put pressure on it in here. And there you go. You can see now that I've just got a tiny little bit of disc, only a little bit sticks out, that allows you then to pull it all the way out. We need to turn it over, and you will see that there's a little cover just here. So we need to pop this cover out either with a nail or possibly with a little knife or flathead screwdriver, and there you go. You can see you can pivot it round. Now you've got a blue screw here, you're not touching that one. We actually want to pop this cover off completely, and underneath here there is another screw. So you put it in there, and now we want to turn it counterclockwise, so we're going to be going round this way, and then you will see that the disc will start to appear. There we go. Okay. There we go. So now we can remove the disc, and then we can just put the cover back on by just clipping it back into place, like so. We need to go to the side by the disc drive here, and if you have a look in here, there is actually a slight little orange mark to indicate where the hole is. We're talking about just here. So we're going to get a paper clip and we're going to insert it into that hole that's next to the orange mark, like so. And now I'm wiggling it around, and can you see it's gone in much further? That is now hitting against the disc, so if we put quite a bit of pressure on it, there you go. Can you see now? There's just enough room to get your fingers on there to pull it out manually. You need to first of all slide off this shiny bit on the left hand side. So get your hands on there and firmly bring it away to the left hand side. There we go. You can see now that that is off. Now it does have a little screw that we need to undo using a crosshead screwdriver, and that is located on the left hand side. So that's where we need to put the screwdriver into. Yeah, you get the idea. It's in there now. Right, so we need to turn this counterclockwise, so we need to go around this way. So I'd say it's probably at least 20 turns before the disc starts to come out. And there we go, you can see it coming out now. And now I can gently slide it out, take the screwdriver back out, and then we can pop the cover back on like that and forcefully over to the right hand side. You can see on this one that there is no hole, so it might make you think that you can't do it, but on this one you can, because look underneath it and there is actually a slot here. If you get yourself a torch and shine it into this slot, you will see that on this side here there is a little white lever, and all we have to do is move that little white lever over to this side here, and it will manually release the disc tray. I'm just going to move it over to this side here like that, and now you can see that it allows me to grab the tray, remove it to take the disc out. We have to turn it upside down, and if you have a look at all these symbols at the bottom here, the one that's on the top of the P, this one here, the circle, is actually hollow, and that is where it allows us to put the screwdriver through. Let's put it here so you can see the disc coming out. So let's put it into here like so, and we're going to push it until it doesn't go any further, and then we're going to go counterclockwise. Now you have to turn quite a few times, I'd say up on 20 times before the disc starts to come out. And you can see now that the disc is starting to work its way out, and then pull it out and take your screwdriver out, and that's how to remove the disc. What happens if your device hasn't got any holes in it and there's no obvious signs of any way to get the disc out? Let's say if there's already a disc in here and then a young child's come along and they've shoved another disc in here. Well, I've had a look online, and a lot of people say that it works by just using double-sided sticky tape on something like a painter's blade. Put it in there. If the disc can stick to it, then there's a chance that you can pull it out, and that's worked for a lot of people. So let's give it a go in this one here. Now, rather than using a knife and putting it in here, I'm going to try and use this massive spatula thing here so I can have more like surface area to pull the disc out. Let's see if it works. I don't know which way I have to put it in. Let's put it in gently. Okay, so now it's harder to get it in because there's two. Oh, here we go. I'll tell you what, that is a good fix. Do you know what? It's really therapeutic. I could do that all day long, just taking more and more discs out. Right, okay, so that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe for more how-to videos. Take care. Bye now.